Hello everybody, Timothy Bailey with Project Learn and our video for today. The title of the video today is The Maze of English. And the reason for that is learning a language can be difficult. It's never an easy task, but it seems like if you learn vocabulary and you learn some grammar, you might make a simple progress forward, a straight path from not knowing a language to being fluent in the language. Sort of like math. If I learn these parts of math, I will slowly go forward. I will move forward. But English sometimes looks like a maze, right? The left turn is the wrong way to go. It looks like you should take the right turn here, but it's actually not the right turn. It's not straight like this picture on the left. And there are some reasons for that, and we are going to look at some of them right now. The first one we've looked at before, these are called contronyms. If you haven't heard this word before, or you haven't seen the video that I made on contronyms, you can search for it on our Facebook page. You can also look on our YouTube channel. Think of synonyms and antonyms. Synonyms are words that are the same or similar. Antonyms are words that are the opposite. Well, contronyms are words that are the same word, one word, but they often have quite dissimilar, opposite meanings. Let's look at the newspapers here. You can see the newspapers are tied together with this rope. And then here we have some children with their backpacks and their parents, it looks like possibly on their way somewhere. Let's say they are on their way to school. That would make sense. Well, we can use one word for the things that are stuck together, the newspaper, and the children who are on their way somewhere. Obviously not stuck in one place. They are walking somewhere. That word is bound. So the newspapers are bound together. They are tied together. The children are bound for school. They are headed towards school, right? So contronyms, one word, not like antonyms where there are two words, big and small, that mean the opposite. Contronyms, one word that for whatever reason has acquired different meanings, sometimes the opposite meanings. Another reason, homophones. Again, I have another video on homophones. This time we're going to look in particular at two things, homographs and homonyms. And homophones are words that are either sound the same or are spelled the same, but have different meanings. We're going to look at homographs first. So here's a picture. And here's a picture. And in this picture, we're looking at the fish, not the man. There is a word, a homograph, that we can use for both of these. The difference between homograph and homonym, homographs are spelled the same, but have different pronunciation and meaning. Here's the word, B-A-S-S, for this guitar, right? Also another musical instrument. This is called a bass with a long A, bass. However, if you go fishing and you catch one of these fish, which looks very nice, he is huge, then you are going fishing for bass. Bass. Okay? So be careful, right? You don't want to go fishing for bass, right? I'm not sure how you would catch that. And you don't want to eat a bass either, right? Are homonyms. So these are words that sound the same, but have different meanings. Here we go. Nice, beautiful place. And it looks like they're building a building here. So for the first one, right, I might say the place where we put our tent, right, was a beautiful sight. That one, S-I-G-H-T, sight. A beautiful place to look at. Also, right, when you are seeing, sight. This place here, right, the new office building is close to the site of my elementary school. Here, Site, S-I-T-E, a place where something is located, right? Such as this building. Also think of website, right? A place online, right? The website for my job is projectlearn, right? .org, right? I before E except after C. I don't know that if teachers do this as much or textbooks, but this was a rule that people used to teach. And of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Right? So here we have a couple Smurfs, right? The bad one, the good one. Our word here is conscience. Your conscience is the thing inside you that tells you do this, don't do that. This is good, this is bad, right, wrong. But notice, right, after the C, right, it's not EI, which is what this tells us. The letter I goes before the letter E except after C. So after C, it would be E, then I. This is an example, no. After C, we have IE. Another one. Here we have the number 8, right? EI. The rule would tell us it should be IE. Here we have sushi. This is a food from Japan, so it is not a food native to the United States, so we would call it a foreign food. Again, right? The rule would tell us it should be IE, but it's not. It is EI. So this rule, right, hopefully people don't actually teach it. I think it was helpful perhaps for some beginning level words, but there are so many exceptions, so many words that are not true for this rule that it's not really helpful to learn this. The ending O-U-G-H is particularly difficult, and there's some funny poems and things out there. I'm going to go through these words with some example sentences. So the first one, even though I was tired, I finished the race. Though, right? So though contrasts two things, right? Here in this sentence, I'm tired. You would think I wouldn't finish the race, but I did finish the race, right? Even though. He could see me through the window. Through, from one place to another, from one side of the window to another, I could see. The detectives were thorough in their investigation. Thorough, right? So complete, right? Doing all you could do, all that is possible, not just doing the minimum, right? Thorough. I thought I had lost my keys. Thought, right? So past tense of think, right? Or the noun for like an idea. The math test was, this should say tough, right? I missed one. T-O-U-G-H, not this. The math test was tough, but I think I passed it, right? Tough means difficult. And the last one, this is not a very popular word. My uncle's pigs eat from a trough. Trough. So a trough is a big metal container where you put food for animals. So, though, through, thorough, thought, tough, through, trough. I had through up here, trough. You can see different pronunciations, O-U-G-H. Silent letters, you probably know, a very common problem. A group of people singing is called a choir. A choir, right? So in this, we have two letters. They make their own sound. So really, they're sort of both silent for what each letter is. And they make a sound, the two of them together. That we have accepted, we have made is a choir. A KW, really. Choir. What is this person doing? Well, they are climbing, so climb. Right? And the B on the end, right? A good rule, the B on the ends of words, right? We have other words, right? Often silent or not really heard, not like bike, B, or book, B. If you hear it sort of just fading off into nothing at the end, right? Climb. This here, you might know someone who does this, right? This is called knit, to knit, or knitting. Another good rule is usually K with another consonant. The K is often silent. I can't think of an example where there's a K and a vowel or and a consonant where it is pronounced. So I would suggest this is pretty good, right? Knit. This person is high up looking down. So high, right? Again, the G and the H, sort of like the C and the H. Here, individually silent, usually not pronounced even together do they make a sound. So this high sounds just like high, H-I, right, by itself. Correct spelling, correct pronunciation. So sometimes we have the right spelling, but the word is pronounced differently. Part of this is because native speakers often pronounce it incorrectly. They pronounce it a way that it is not. Take this tiny little coffee here. A very strong, very small, very tiny little coffee. Here is how we spell it. You will often hear people say espresso as if there were an X here. The pronunciation is espresso, espresso, right? And it's sort of almost as like a silent E here. It's almost like you're saying the letter espresso, right? Espresso. Here we have a runner, right? This is what she does. This is perhaps her job. She's a professional runner, or just what she likes to do, what she is good at. Any person who is in sports, we can call them this word. The pronunciation, just like the spelling, athlete. Athlete. 2 syllables, right? 2 vowel sounds here. The A here and this E. Again, another silent letter, the E on the end. Athlete. Sometimes people will make this 3 syllables and they'll insert something in the middle. They'll say athlete, athlete, athlete. 2 syllables. We do not need 3 syllables for this word. Here is the web page where I got some of these strange and weird issues of English. A lot of contronyms here and a long list of silent letter words. I hope this was helpful and interesting. These things do make learning English perhaps more difficult than other languages. If you're not sure, reach out to your teacher, reach out to your native English speaking friend, ask them, how do you say this? How do you spell this? Why is this like this? Thank you and have a great day.